Here we are again, shooting a video from the truck. I'm driving down the road. Oop, red light, green light, go. So, we're about to jump on I-75 here. We're headed to a job. Just finished an estimate. I got a big old chaw in my mouth for this one, and you're going to like this whenever you find out the topic. We're going to call this a general Jason rant, okay? So, look, here's the deal. I hear people all the time. Doesn't matter who you are, if you're woke, your Black Lives Matter. Doesn't matter who you are. You live in a trailer park, whatever. People constantly sit around and they complain. They sit around and they complain about, I don't have enough money to pay my bills. I don't have enough money for my jacked up truck. I don't have enough money to feed my kids. I don't have Medicare. I don't have whatever. Okay? And more often than not, the very same people that you're going to hear say that are the people with a cigarette in their mouth, or with a dip in their mouth, or they drink every day, or they drink excessively on the weekend, or God forbid they're just blow up their nose on the weekend, or any other kind of drugs. Don't make me name them. I'll name them. I'm not going to. But here's the deal. If you're wasting money on alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, I don't really want to hear you complain about money. I just don't want to do it. I don't care if you make minimum wage. I don't care if you make $50 an hour. Whatever the case may be. You have zero right. You have zero right to talk about the man keeping you down. I wasn't given an equal chance to have an education. I wasn't given an equal chance to have a job. I wasn't given an equal chance to whatever the case may be. Because you're not even taking the right steps to progress yourself and better yourself and be what you need to be successful. So you're telling me you're going to give a guy that can't control his own impulses and he's an addict, you're going to give him more money. You're just going to give it to him, whatever the case may be. Or you're going to give that person an opportunity to make more money and be better, but they're not going to be better with the money. So what are we doing for society if we're not being better? Good old juicy dip. You might call me a hypocrite. You might say that Jason is a hypocrite. He's talking about this, that, and the other, and he's doing it himself. You dang right. I'm going to tell you something. You call me a hypocrite if you want. I want to be better. I don't want to do the things I do. I've given up alcohol. I seldomly drink alcohol. I do every once in a while. I do it primarily if I'm going to be around someone that's drinking, and I kind of want to, feel how they feel a little bit. And every single time I wake up the next morning, I regret it. Every time I put a dip in my mouth, I regret it. Every time I smoke a cigarette, I regret it. Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to spend hundreds a week, hundreds a month on that stuff. And when you get multiple people doing it in a household, you could be spending $500, $600, $800 a month just on nicotine, alcohol, drugs, whatever the case may be. That's money that could go back in your family. That's money that can be going back to your children whenever you pass away, and you can leave them something. You can leave them a legacy. I hear people talk about all the time, all the time. Men do this. If you're a man watching this video, you suck and stop doing it. But they say that's my son, that's my legacy, that's my name, he's going to carry my name on. Well, your name doesn't mean nothing. Your name doesn't mean nothing if you ain't nothing. You wake up every morning and you put on an old pair of work boots, boy, and you just go at it. You just tear up your body, and you make a little bit of money, and you spend your money on rent, electric, beer, and tobacco. And you ain't got nothing to leave them anyways. You might just be leaving them a name. That's all you're leaving them. If you're only leaving your child a name and you think that's your legacy, then you ain't leaving them nothing. It's just a name. A legacy is setting up generational wealth for your family. Okay? You want to talk generational wealth? Let's talk about the reason why poor people, okay? Socioeconomic standards. Why are they poor? It's because their parents were poor before them, and their parents were poor, and just a culmination of bad decisions. Okay, where do bad decisions come from? Where do we make bad decisions? It's our prefrontal cortex, okay? If you've got mental health issues that run in your family, You're making bad decisions. You've got brain damage. You don't eat right. You don't drink right. You put drugs and alcohol in your body, and you're not feeding your brain what you need to feed your brain to make the right decisions that you need to make to be successful. Okay? Boy, I just ran off a whole bunch of stuff there. I don't even know where I was. I got lost. Woo! Maybe I need to eat better. Maybe I need to feed my brain better food so I can be better. Maybe I need to stop chewing tobacco so I can be better. I'm going to get there, but boy, I love chewing tobacco. It's good stuff. If you ain't never tried it, hey, pause this video right now, run to your store and get you a can of chewing tobacco. You might not like it the first time, but if you just keep at her, if you want to keep at her and you want to be like all them other people you see out there doing it, it's okay. Don't do it. Stop listening to me. Man, not many people listen to me. Boy, I wish they did. I wish more people listen to me because I got so much to say. And a lot of it makes sense. No, not a lot of it. All of it makes sense. Look. Back to generational wealth. We want to be better. We want to not be poor. We want to not be in that lower class. Okay, that's generational stuff. You need to go to school. You need to get a good job. And then when you have kids, you teach them the same thing. You teach your children that you went to school, you got an education, you got a good job. And then when you pass away, you give them something. You give them your legacy. What you have left over, what you didn't blow through on alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, okay? And then you give that to them, and they do the same thing, and we're going to keep this ball rolling. And eventually, you might think right now that you're poor. You might think you make $25,000, $30,000 a year, and you're poor and life sucks, and you want everyone to give you something, but you know what? Your kid might grow up and get an education, and they might make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, and then their kids, they'll teach them how to be right, how to be better. And the next thing you know, their kids are making $150,000, $200,000 a year. And 100 years from now, that legacy, that last name of yours, it might actually mean something because you actually earned it. Because it's generational wealth. And your family and your name and your legacy is now successful. And congratulations, you're no longer a drain on our society. Okay? That doesn't mean that I don't believe in helping people. That doesn't mean that I don't believe that there are people out there that just cannot do it. But there's a bunch of us out there that can do it. There's a bunch of us out there that just don't do absolutely nothing about it. And we still just sit around and we talk about it. So, this rant is telling you right here, right now, today, be better. Work harder every single day. Be a better person. Get an education. Get smarter. Make good decisions. Prioritize mental health. Prioritize physical health. Those things are important. Those things will set your family and your legacy up for a long, prosperous life. Thank you.